Hey guys, so Azzapp here, and this has been a long time coming. People keep asking me about the Hwei support, but it's finally here. So it took a while for me to come up with this and build everything and round it out perfectly, but recently I've done a massive spree of games to support again, tested out a different variation of the build, and now we got the full picture on support. So the verdict is in. Mid lane Hwei is getting really strong, and I think right now it may even be above average. People are just a little bit late after the caps and him getting picked in pro play now more and more often. Eventually it's gonna happen inevitably. People are gonna realize that he's actually really good. Support is lagging behind, and support still has bad perception, but support is better in solo queue because of lack of synergy with the teammates. So support has that surprise factor that works in, whereas mid lane really requires your team to play around you properly, which is just very difficult. From support, nobody really expects anything. They underestimate you, especially the enemies, and then you pop off. I have cracked the code. We know exactly what to do, so I'm going to show you the rune page, which you must go, and then two different build paths that are variable, but they both work phenomenally well. As you can see, we have done a good spree of games here on support, and we're mostly getting MVPs. We're absolutely hard carrying, and this is reasonable elo. So let me show you exactly the rune page that we're running and how you want to run this. So this is the support variant. I don't recommend you change anything. Usually I'm going to give you some ideas on what you might look to change around, but this is just too good. We're going for maximum power. We're going for triple damage. Okay, so we got scorch damage paired up with the cheap shot damage with the dark harvest. These combos are tremendous. All of these are gonna have so much damage, and you might be thinking, why not first strike, why not comet? Dark harvest is too good. There's nothing else you can run but dark harvest and support. So now you might be asking why. Now obviously you have two different targets in the bot lane, which means twice as many dark harvest. Also the reset value, let's say you kill somebody, you get the cooldown back, right? In mid lane, if you kill, that cooldown back is wasted. In support, you can proc it again, maybe versus a jungler again, so you can per fight get multiple of them. It's ridiculously good, and the best part is it has absolutely perfect synergy with the new support item. It works phenomenally well. So what's gonna end up happening is, let's say you do a combo, you're gonna drop EW, enemies are gonna walk into it, you're gonna QW on top of them with the W3. That's gonna proc the passive. In 1 second, your support item is gonna gobble them up. The Zag is gonna proc, which is also AoE to the other people, and then that's gonna proc dark harvest at the perfect time where you want the execution to happen. So you will be killing people from 50% HP with that combo. Item haste is still underrated. People are still catching on to this one. If you guys don't know, item haste works on a lot of stuff. Okay, first of all, it synergizes with Ludens tremendously well, which makes Ludens far superior in support than in mid lane, because in mid lane we cannot run Ingenious. We could, but it would be a suboptimal rune set. Here it's a perfect rune set, plus we can go Ludens. We get quadruple value in this. Okay, there's this different build path which I go. There's one with the Ludens variant. There's a different variant where we solve our mana usage by buying tier. Okay, so what happens is we're gonna buy tier around first or second recall, and we're gonna rush Horizon. Essentially, we're going for multiple items that are active. So Horizon Focus gets to like 17-18 second cooldown, which gives you tremendous vision control. So the power play is, you're not really doing EW only for vision, you're doing QW for vision. So let's say you're around Dragon contesting, you pop EW on the right brush, you pop QW on the left brush. As soon as you hit somebody, the one will reveal, the other one, if it hits, is going to reveal a large radius. That's going to give you the profile of the entire enemy encampment and how they're planning to play that fight out. The build path is absolutely perfect. Tier fixes our mana, and alternator rush is too damn good. Now these are all cheap items. Like we're going to be relying on a lot of codexes. Our build revolves around building triple codex, I believe, because we're going to be finishing Seraphs, we're going to be getting Crypt Bloom. Okay, so Horizon active, Seraph is active, Crypt Bloom has active, your Sweeper Oracle Lens counts as an active item, which lowers its cooldown, so you get even more vision control. So that's the whole theme, right? We're playing that insane utility. Yeah, you just pick up a tier, you rush Horizon Focus, and then you can either finish Seraphs, or you go Crypt Bloom if enemies have a lot of MR, or you go Lindries. All of those are super valuable ideas. Now, there's a different variant where we rush Ludens, which is also tremendous. So what happens in that one is we rush again Alternator, Lost Chapter, we get Ludens. Now Ludens kicks in with your active. Also, active item CDR works with your Zag as well. I forgot about that one. That's another active. There's so many active values here. So this one revolves around that even more one shot. This one is a bit more aggressive, but a bit more expensive items. So you're gonna get Ludens, and then you go into Shadow Flame with the pen boots, and you're just executing people. I think the other one is slightly more reliable because slightly cheaper build path, but this one is super snowbally. So if you get really fat, you can opt in item for this. If you don't, you can just chill and pick up a tier, because you don't necessarily need to stack the tier. You can delay tier up until 3rd item conversion to Archangel. We just need it for mana a little bit here. And eventually when we build it, it does work tremendously well. So this is pretty much the perfect support build path. You have great CDR, you have great damage, you're nuking people, you're a fight initiator with the utility and setup, but you're also cleanup crew because you can execute. You have so much utility with your W shield and just providing a lot of vision. This is as good as it gets, and I don't think this is going to change. So this support build and guide is pretty much ironclad. There's really nothing you would want to change. This is just what you're going to abuse, and you're just going to get MVPs and you're going to win. It's as simple as that. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, Hwei is a bit of a more complex character, so you're going to have to play a couple of games to get the muscle memory down. I'll explain to you slightly how we do the start of the game just to make it easier. But look, you buy that, you get the tier, then you can get the sweeper, alternator, rush horizon, perfect vision. Then if you're looking for a bit of safety, let's say here they have Nocturne and Katarina, you're going to go into Archangel because then you want to get safe. And then last item, we're going to go into Crypt Bloom here because of Codex also provides your team utility. Again, the value is just magnificent. How the lane is going to go and how the build order is going to go. Do we have spell level up? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna notice we're not going E second. Now you could go E second, but only if there's a kill potential. Only if there's a fight of large magnitude, right? Only if there's a big fight which is gonna net you Dark Harvest and 470 enemy summoners. Other than that, it's not worth tanking your entire mana. So we're gonna go W on level 2. And don't think of this as a safety, like a low aggression just to farm up my mana. No, your W is crazy strong. Your 3 auto attacks with W are gonna do extra 100 damage. It allows you to proc passive with your Q, which synergizes. Also your Q can be an execute. Your level 2 is surprisingly powerful. You're gonna win a lot of level 2 fights specifically because of this. So this is just the pure consistency. Q into W into E, and then you're maxing Q. So that's how the lane is gonna go. At the start, you're just gonna try to keep up equal tempo with the farming. You're gonna try to land some Qs on enemies to get either money or get mana flow band, right? You really want to stack up mana flow band as early as possible. Makes your game much better. Then level 2, provided you have prio. As long as you're getting level 2 before enemies, you go behind the wave. Go behind the wave, instantly fight them. Pop W3, instantly fight them, and then try to look for execute and summoner spells. Once you get level 3, again, you get even more powerful. In general, through the wave, you will just go in and EE, and you can do QW on top of enemies through the wave if you're fighting. On the side, you might look for fears, but fears are really difficult to land in lane. Generally, you're going to be landing them out of brushes if you're not visible. So the whole thing is you farm your mana, you pressure the enemies, you shove them, you control them, you poke them. And then the kicker is EW. Surprisingly enough, EW is your bread and butter ability. As soon as you push enemies under tower, what you're gonna do is you're gonna walk up to the enemy AD carry, toss EW right as he's about to hit the minion. He's gonna back off, lose 3 minions, tilt, come back in, walk into the root, maybe on the next root, because by that time he's already tilted because he's missing all the minions. Flame is AD carry, or Flame is support. He's gonna walk into the root and you're gonna nuke him and kill him. That's it. As soon as they walk into your root, you hit them with the Q, W, WE, or if you have ult, you ult first, WE to pop the WE on the ult damage, and time your QW right at the end of the ult. And that's it. That is GG. It's generally simple to abuse enemies. You will see a few clips and snippets here, but that is it. That is bread and butter, and you're going to control the map. So you just have to really play a lot and develop habits of managing your mana, because without mana, you're useless. So you got to manage your mana with W3. And then the second thing is play control. EW there, zone enemies, funnel them where you want. QE there, zone enemies, funnel them where you want. So enemy team fighting and positioning is so incredibly difficult just because you exist, but that's not the only value, but you also do damage and you also give your team vision. So just make sure you get really comfortable at using those EWs, QWs, and trying to get that vision. I really hope you guys try this out, and trust me, it's gonna work phenomenally well. I can't see this failing. And yeah, Hwei is still like a 44-45% win rate on support, which is ridiculous because people are still building him wrong and most people don't understand the core power of the character. So the nerf is not gonna happen on the support end of things for a really long time. So just enjoy this and try to spam it. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it helps, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye everybody.